In recent years, many growers have undertaken, or at least considered, orchard rejuvenation as a way to improve tree health and increase productivity. One of the biggest challenges can be knowing where to start, and also determining which particular improvements will result in the biggest gains. Trevor Martin is rejuvenating a 28-hectare farm in the Northern Rivers of New South Wales that he and his wife Barbara purchased in 2011. Trevor is a fourth-generation farmer who previously grew rice in the Riverina area before switching to macadamia. Through his involvement in rice industry best practice groups, Trevor developed a strong focus on productivity and attention to detail that he has brought to his macadamia business.
We had a 5-tonne club and we met regularly and we paid close attention to detail as how to grow rice, and so that was the basis of the whole farming background for me to start with.
When selecting an appropriate farm to purchase, Trevor had specific criteria in mind to achieve and sustain the high productivity he was after.
We were very patient to start with, looking for the right farm. I looked at a lot of farms. Number one for us was good soil type, good location with gentle slopes. The fact that we had long tree rows, the added benefit, some of them were over 500 metres long and running in a north-south aspect.
One of the key attributes that Trevor looked for was a good mix of different varieties to provide seasonal diversification.
Previous owners had planted a very good mix of varieties, which gives us diversification we were looking for. It's some of the reasons that we've been able to maintain consistently high yields, because we've got that diversification. If one variety's not doing so well, then the others are likely to be up there.
After taking over the farm, Trevor set about rectifying issues that were affecting tree health and limiting productivity. His approach was to start with the soil and work up from there.
The drainage had to be looked at. When we first came here, water would just sheet right off this farm and it would end up in the valleys, and we had no control over it whatsoever basically. The root exposure was really bad, where the water would just run down the tree line, and it was very hard to get any nuts out of it. So we've pretty much completely changed the way the water moves through the orchard. We did our V drains, we've got swale drains, we've got cross drains, and on the slopes that have got side slope on it, we've got a swale drain probably every fourth tree row. We're able to get the water into the valleys, which is all grassed up, and it filters out pretty well before it gets down to the creek line.
With drainage and orchard floor issues largely sorted, Trevor now turned his attention to renewal and regeneration of his trees. He started by replacing less productive trees with higher producing varieties.
It went about that by pulling out about 500 trees to start with, lower producing trees, particularly A16s. And then we started to do the regeneration to fill up those dead centres and getting yield right throughout the tree. You start to get more productive trees. It's a matter of getting the light into the trees, because it's so important to be able to get light in there and improve yields and maintain them. We started our fertiliser program and added a lot of lime onto the farm. So basically we're able to turn the farm around as far as declining production.
Despite significant tree removal and canopy management work, Trevor has managed to maintain above average productivity on his farm.
We haven't declined in yield at all. In fact, we've probably increased in yield. We're now getting to see all that new growth coming through, flowering on new wood. So, basically it hasn't cost us.
Since taking over the farm 9 years ago, Trevor has managed to significantly lift productivity to an average of more than 4.5 tonnes per hectare over the last 5 seasons. Trevor believes his integrated approach has allowed him to steadily improve tree health without compromising yield.
We're trying to tick as many of the IOM boxes as we can. We're not completely there yet, but we're managing most of them. We're able to get it up to over 100 tonne and maintain that over a long period.
Through a process of selective limb removal to create continuous regeneration of the canopy, Trevor is now focused on maintaining canopy vigour and productivity over the long term.
We actually try to regenerate about 20% of the orchard every year. We try to take out about 20% of the canopy, so to let that light to come filter through down to the orchard floor. It's a slow process, but we've got to make a start, have a plan and work right through the orchard. It takes probably 5 years to get through it. But now we're really starting to see the benefit of that, because we've got nut setting on regenerated wood. It's starting to look really good. And then the big one for me is mulching. You must add back what you've taken out, and the mulch seems to give us the greatest lift in yield. The trees start to look really healthy. Getting that chicken manure, cow manure, wood chip. I particularly like the hardwood chip under the trees, is to maintain that moisture level when the trees really need it. And I think what's helped us over the past season, very affected by drought, is what we have done over 3 or 4 years prior. That's given us the yield, and the trees are able to maintain or hang on to the nut.
Trevor's success provides valuable insight for others who may also be contemplating orchard rejuvenation.
Yeah, well, my advice would be to start from the ground up. You've got to cover all those roots up that you've got. You've got to address the water that moves through the orchard, and then start to regenerate the canopy. Without regeneration, it'll decline over time. If we just let it go and just keep on doing what you're doing, you're going to go backwards. We really need to keep moving forward and have a plan and stick to it.